Daniel chapter 3, verse 13 through 18. Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage and fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Then they brought these men before the king. And the king Nebuchadnezzar spake unto them, Is it true, O Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego? Do not ye serve my God, nor worship the golden image which I have set up. Now, if ye be ready, at that what time ye hear the sound of a cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, and psaltery, and a dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the image which I have made. Well, but if ye worship not, ye shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Who is that God shall deliver you out of my hand? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered, said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O king. But if not, be it known unto thee, O king, that we will not serve thy God, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Let us pray. Dear Lord, we come to you once again. We giving you the thanks unto such a wonderful experience we had last 2-3 weeks. And continue to be with us and give us a direction. What we should step out toward you, Lord. And let me see that these little children grow up in the church. Be with Brother Fred, Christine, Miss Daisy, Lee, and all over the country. Lord, not with us, but the same purpose. We worship the Lord. Lord, be with us as we open the Word. And give me the word that I need to preach. The message be soaked into our heart and applied into our lives. Thank you again for the blessing and your guidance through the service. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Okay. We started out verse 13. This Nebuchadnezzar got mad. So let's go back to what was going on in this Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Let's go to the beginning of the book of Daniel. Chapter 1, verse 7. Israel people exiled into Babylon nation. I'm so glad Mr. Art got the paperwork done. I was same position. I came to the United States, and every time, 5 years, I was alien status. Alien status. I'm alien, yo. I don't have 3 eyes or anything like that, but I was alien. Which means I came from home, and I carried a green card. And after the 5 years, question is asked, do you stay with the Japanese citizenship, or you decide to change the citizenship to the United States? Okay. You may not know, but in Japan, birth certificate or your citizenship paper They come from top to the bottom. The sentence right down, top to the bottom, top to the bottom, and read from right to the upper top. Right to the right there. Left to the right. Completely different. I was age of 32, and there's a decision to make. You'll take citizenship in the United States or stay as a Japanese person. And I didn't know. Many Japanese people live. I know the one person, same age of mine, never had a citizenship in the United States. He has his own child here and grandchildren, but never been a United States citizen. So he died. Go back to Japan, put in the cemetery in Japan. I never thought about that. But when I came to the United States, I told my mom and dad it was sad, but I'm going to the foreign country and start my life. My life, new life is in the United States. You don't, I hope you don't decide on this kind of decision. It's, now I have kids, I have grandchild, so I can see now what my parents went through. That if my son is, say, going so far away, or he's in China, and I know he's coming back, it's a hard decision. But 1998, I went to the Memphis consulate, and I swore in. Before sworn in, do you know you have to take a test? Yeah, I told you in church, take a test. It'll give you the hard question. Started out easy. Who is the President of the United States? Who is the Senate? Two Senate in office. One was David Bomber. I knew two Senate. Yes, getting harder. And the full congressman, oh my goodness, I could not answer. Then it starts like what, assessor of the state or something. I have no idea. Yeah. And I thought, man, they're going to kick me out after 5 years, and I'll be gone. And the question, it's a big table. They were sitting, 3 men sitting on the phone. Me, I was by myself. Scary stuff. They said, it's okay. You good. So going to the big courthouse, big, the open room, judges sitting way up on top. And we have, I think, about 30 people. And we swore in. It wasn't the news. I didn't know. I went by myself because my wife was pregnant at the time. And I didn't know. Before I came back to Mountain View, that was the news. And I was in. Right on the TV news. But the same way, this man was in the foreign country. In the foreign country, strange things happen. First, the language is different. Everybody said the Hebrew tongue. Those Babylonians talk about it, make fun about it. They don't like Hebrew kids. But the verse 7 mentioned here, unto whom the prince of eunuchs gave names, or that gave unto Daniel the name of Belshazzar, Hananiah of Shadrach, Mishael to Meshach, Azariah, Abednego. So Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego has a name different of the Hebrew name. The original name was Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. In the foreign country, they use different names. My name is Piney. What a strange name. They didn't like it. So Takmi, your name is John Smith. Much easier to call. Something like that. That's what happened on 3 Hebrew children. And everybody asks, how old are they? I'm not sure. They're young. I believe right here, Miguel, Warren, and right with Shady Crew. They're about that age, I believe. Okay. It could be over 20, but they were young children, Hebrew children. But not kindergarten or like that. Because they stated, take a good conversation with the king. So young adult, 3 of them. Now in the nation of Babylon, no identity? What is this? 2? 1 almond tree? What is this? Miguel, it get hard. Well, there it goes, there. 100. Mr. Shang helped me. Yeah.
You want to know your name?
Babylonian, they put the number system. This is we use. And they are the one find out. Okay, 5 fingers and 5 fingers. 10. But don't write down a new character. Let's use that. Go back to the 1 and 0. Because when we get to 100 different characters, that makes so much harder. So they put the 100. Place value we call it. Mathematics. It's all come from Babylon. You know the Mayan nation in the old Mexico? Okay, they didn't have this place value. So their science is very strong, but mathematics is so weak, so hard to ask. But this is Babylonian mathematics. So nation of Babylon is still inside of you. You start thinking in how to check balance and stuff. You use the math from Babylonian nation. And they are so proud of themselves. So the king said, I'm going to build a big statue of myself with what? Gold. Go to chapter 3, verse 1. Nebuchadnezzar the king made an image of gold whose height was 60 cubits, and the breadth thereof 6 cubits, and set it up in the plain of Dura, the province of Babylon. Put the big old statue of 90 feet high. It's about 3-story high. We don't have 3-story building. Is that courthouse is 3-story? No. 2. Okay, higher than the courthouse. Big statue. Since they built a big statue and said, okay, now we want to do something. Verse 4. Then Herod cried loud, to you it is commanded, all people, nations, and languages, all people. Doesn't matter, foreigner or whatever. If you live in Babylon, listen to me. Verse 5. That what time ye heard of the sound of cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, all kinds of music, you fall down, worship golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. It's like a tornado sound. They start playing the music, then everybody fell down and worship. That's what the king Nebuchadnezzar, I'm the greatest. I can do whatever I want to do. That's what king said. Verse 7. Therefore, at that time, when all people heard the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, the sackbut, psaltery, all kinds of music, all people, the nations, that language fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Wherefore, at that time, certain Chaldeans came near and accused Jews. Verse 9. They spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou king that hast made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and dulcimer, all kinds of music, shall fall down and worship the golden image, and whoso falls not down worship, that he should be cast into the midst of burning fiery furnace. There are certain Jews whom thou hast set over the affair of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have not regarded thee. They serve not thy God, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up. Those people are not worshiping. By the way, they are not regular people. Those Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they are higher up. Remember, Daniel was already in. Last verse of chapter 2, verse 49. Last verse of chapter 49 says, Daniel requests the king that he set Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affair of the province of Babylon. And Daniel sat in the gate of the king. Daniel was right beside the king, and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was below that. But to control all the affair of the Babylonian government. So they're one of the politicians. And the people start saying, look, those three Hebrew guys, they're not worshiping, and we are worshiping, but they're not. King, you need to do what you said to the people. So that's the reason Nebuchadnezzar was upset. We just read verse 13. Then Nebuchadnezzar, his rage, very commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They brought these men before king. Nebuchadnezzar spoke unto them, is it true? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, do not ye serve my gods, nor worship the golden image which I have set up. Now you be ready, that what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, and sackbut, psaltery, the dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down, worship the image which I have made. Then everything will be okay. If, like I said to do, worship my image, everything be okay. But if he worship not, he shall be cast the same hour into the midst of the burning fiery furnace, which who is that God shall deliver you out of my hand. I can call my servant tie you up. I'm going to throw you to the fiery furnace. And then you think about what you do with it. That's what the king would say. Then the answer comes up. Verse 16, Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego answered and said, O King Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this matter. King, whatever you do, our mind is set up. If it be so, our God, if it be, you throw us into the fiery furnace. God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us from burning fiery furnace. He will deliver us out of thine hand, O King. But if not, be it known unto thee, O King, that we will not serve thy God, nor worship golden image which thou hast set up. King, our heart is made up. We are worshiping our great God. We will not worship your golden image. Whatever happens to our life, we will not worship your golden image. King got mad. Then Nebuchadnezzar, full of fury, then formed a besieged change against Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. Therefore he spake and commanded they should heat the furnace 7 times more than it was heated up, 7 times more. And he commanded the most high men that were in his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, cast them into the burning fiery furnace. Tie them up, making sure they don't run away, and throw into the fiery furnace, and to see what they have. Verse 21, then those men were bound their coats and holes in their hats, and other garments were cast into the midst of burning fiery furnace. Therefore, because the king commanded the origin of the furnace exceeding hot, flame of the fire through, those men took up Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They took the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and threw it up. At the same time, it was so hot, they got burnt up. Strongest man in the army, they got bound up. Now what happened to the 3 Hebrew children? And those 3 men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Listen, strongest army guys tied up all over the place, making sure the leg will not move, making sure the arm not move. Because with the arm, they're going to untie the rope, making sure do not get out of that fiery furnace. Verse 24. Then King Nebuchadnezzar, king was astonished, rose up in haste, and spake, said unto his counselors, did not we cast 3 men bound into the midst of fire? They answered, said, O the king, true. He answered, King Nebuchadnezzar said, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of fire. They have no hurt, for the 4th is like a son of God. Simple mathematics. Throw in the fire 3 men and turn into 4 men. Something is strange, king had thought. And the king said, this 4th man looks, appears son of God. But to me, the most important part is the army guys tied them up so strong, so tight, and they were fell into the fiery furnace. And they are start walking. You know what I mean? The 7 times hotter than the regular, the fire burnt up the soldiers, same heat, kept the 3 Hebrew children safe. But at the same time, the road is burnt up. Completely burnt up. And they were just freely walking. I see this picture, so strange. Remember, the army guys tied up because they will not escape. So the part is, they can't be escaped right away. When you see that all the rope is burnt up, and your clothes is okay, I'm okay, let's go. Right? No, they didn't. Just like King Nebuchadnezzar said, they're walking around the fire. What are they doing? Trying to get the barbecue chicken out? Something so strange. And Nebuchadnezzar the same way. It's so strange. Verse 26. Then Nebuchadnezzar came nearer to the mouth of the burning fiery furnace, and spake, said the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servant of the Most High God, come forth, come hide. Then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came forth midst of fire. And the prince, governor, and captain, the king's counselor, gathered together, so those men upon those whose body the fire had no power, nor was hair of their head singed, neither was their coats changed, no smell of fire had passed on them. This is why they are waiting on the call. King Nebuchadnezzar said, come out to me. Not only that, what King Nebuchadnezzar said. Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, the servant of the Most High God. See the power of God. Because of the 3 Hebrew children, King Nebuchadnezzar saw the power of God through these guys. Then Nebuchadnezzar spake unto them, blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who hath sent his angel, deliver his servant, trust him, change his king's word, and heal their body, and they might not serve nor worship any god except their own God. Their faith preserved. I don't know what kind of heat you're going through in your life. It seems like I'm getting 7 times higher than last year. You get into so much trouble, so much despair. I was talking to Miss Annie this morning. Mr. Travis is sick, and I was in the same place. If you're sick, you miss job. If you miss job, no paycheck. Those things, it happens in our life. And you have to go through the fire. But the fire will give you the purification. The fire will give you what is most important thing. Fire will burn everything but preserve your priority. You know, last Sunday I was pouring the water to the sheep. Remember the water pot and the sheep? I practiced so hard making sure this sheep will come out the top of the water. Top of the water. And I was pouring and praying, please come up, please come up, please come up. And it took a half bottle of water. And I thought, oh my goodness, if I don't come up, I'm going to be in trouble. Then what? The kind of message I'm going to change into. But the water got deep, and I kept on pouring, and all of a sudden, the sheep came up. I'm so glad. But at the same time, though, that is a picture of our life. Before we get into the end of the tunnel, you have to go through the darkest time. Before the water, you go up. Water got so deep. Before you get out the fire, you were thrown into the fire, was bound, no way to get out. That's what everybody said. That's what the king's servants. But the God delivered. What is the difference? I know many people are burnt inside this fiery furnace. Why the 3 Hebrew children? Remember the word, what they said? At the beginning we just read, O King. God whom we serve is able to deliver us. But the most important part is next verse. It said, but if not, be it known, O King, we will not serve thy God, nor worship golden image which thou hast set up. It does not matter, King. I will worship my God. Before closing, let's open to Matthew chapter 10. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. And fear not them that kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell. And not 2 sparrows sold further, and one of them shall not fall on the ground without your Father. But the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not, therefore, ye are more valuable than many sparrows. So whosoever those therefore shall confess me before men, him I will confess also before my Father which is in heaven. 3 Hebrew children, their minds are set up. O King, whatever happens, we serve our God. Made it known. Whatever happens in our life. I will serve. In Jesus' word, my Bible is red letter. In Jesus' word, it says, fear not, destroy the body. But the fear, what happened, destroy the hell. In the hell, you destroy the body and the soul. We're much precious than borrowed, flying all over. If that's so, call down. As we all stand, think and open your heart. Listen